So, hello everyone, my name is Marcus Ho, and my project revolves around one question. What does it mean to live a meaningful life without burning out or feeling alone? So I need to say where the beginning was. So 3 years ago, after I finished my undergrad degree, I felt depressed and lost. I was struggling with my mental health and felt like I didn't belong anywhere. To respond to this, I created Always Working Clothing, a streetwear brand inspired by Japanese and Korean fashion with the aim of exploring mental health and self-worth. But over the next 2 years, I realized I had drifted away from the reason I started it. Everything changed last year when I stepped back and asked myself one simple question: why did I create this? The answer wasn't just clothing. It was to create a space where people could openly explore burnout, the pressure to achieve, and loneliness, questions I've been trying to understand in my own life. So, as I began speaking to more people, I realized these weren't just my experiences, they were shared by many others. So around 2 months ago, I decided to turn Always Working Clothing into something bigger. I launched what I called the Always Working Clothing 5-month PhD, a research project exploring burnout, the pressure to achieve, and loneliness. My first step was to speak to people. My friend's actually here, who was helping me. And I basically did surveys both online and in person, asking questions about burnout, pressures to achieve, and loneliness. And across these responses, 5 themes kept appearing. So my responses from online and in person, a lot of the themes kept coming about pressures, comparisons, uncertainties, connections, and hidden struggles. Some of the answers that stayed with me were, it feels like everyone is doing something, or I wonder if I would ever be good enough for the people I love. These aren't stats, but real people describing their experiences. Listening to their answers made me realize that many of the struggles I thought were personal were in fact shared by many others. We often think we're alone in these thoughts, when in reality, many people are quietly asking themselves the same questions. The next stage of my project was writing. I wanted to explore these themes through essays, beginning with my first essay about burnout. The purpose of the essay wasn't to provide answers, it was to ask better questions. Questions about success, questions about achievement, and questions about why so many people feel exhausted despite constantly chasing the things they believe will make them happy. As you saw in the previous slide, with the help of my friend, I already said that, we have begun doing interviews for a documentary that will be completed in September. What's been most interesting is how often people return to the same ideas. Not achievements, not status, not money, but peace, connections, and purpose. The things people said they wanted most were often very different from the things they felt pressured to pursue. So far, these are 3 things I've learned. First, pressure comes from many directions, including work, finances, relationships, and uncertainties about the future. Second, comparisons can make people feel as though they are falling behind, particularly in a world shaped by social media. And third, when people describe a meaningful life, they often talk about connections, peace, and purpose, rather than just achievements. So what's next? The project is still ongoing. In July, I'll be writing an essay exploring the pressures to achieve. In August, I'll write an essay exploring loneliness. And in September, I'll complete the documentary and continue developing the research beyond the 5 months. So I'd like to finish where I started, my main question. What does it mean to live a meaningful life without burning out or feeling alone? I don't have the answers yet, but I think it's a question that is worth asking. Thank you for listening.